turned things up in the second half, especially on the defensive end, and that was pretty impressive. I've been pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I thought we made some runs in the first half, but Cairns were too good and continued to counter those runs and keep making the game really close. But we've kind of built this team on depth, and we thought that over time, somewhere in the second half, that we might be able to create a run that was going to be too much for them, and it came fairly early in the third quarter, where I thought our activity on defence was fantastic, and we found a couple of plays that were really effective for us, and we kept going back to it, and we were able to stretch the margin out. So overall, good to get a lot of people some solid minutes, and this is our third play in Perth, play a road game in Melbourne, come up here. We've been across the country, but great for this group to continue to find the energy to keep executing on the road.
Like you touched on, it all started defensively, didn't it? You really turned things up defensively and were able to create turnovers, create stops off that, and your offense just seemed to flow sort of out of that.
Yeah, it's where we pride ourselves, and sometimes we've stepped off our ball pressure a little bit in some games, being concerned about if people go by us. But I thought we had a good balance there in that third quarter, where we were really pressuring. Our hand pressure created deflections, and we weren't getting blown by. So we're probably tough to guard if we can keep people out of the paint like that.
Pinder and Jawa gave you a couple of headaches in the first half, but I think if you look at the balance of the game and look at Joe's game and Ariel's game and Jack White's game, your front court was probably got better and better as the game went on and ended up pretty dominant.
Yeah, Jawa has such an impact on the game. Watching the game against Tasmania the other night, and I thought he was unbelievable how effective he was, and there's only a couple of guys in the league that you pretty compulsory send doubles to, and he's one of those guys, and good for us to be able to work on our doubling the post. But he's got good vision. He passes well out of it and makes good decisions. So it's good to see him healthy and playing good basketball.
Dave, what did you make of things out there today?
Yeah, somewhat similar to what you guys have already mentioned. I think we were okay throughout the first half, and then in that third quarter stepped it up defensively, as you saw, and kind of found a comfort zone in a couple of plays there and executed well against their changing coverages, I guess, and that's where the game kind of broke open for us, and then the continued pressure I think was great for us, like you mentioned. Gave us some easy baskets in transition, but all in all, pretty happy with that performance.
You're guaranteed of making the playoffs now, and over the next 2 weeks you'll obviously try to hold on to top spot. How are you feeling now, 2 weeks out from the finals, and a couple of home games to go in a road game to finish off with? How are you feeling 2 weeks out from the finals? Dave?
Yeah, I guess the impending finals is somewhat in the back of our minds, but there are always goals and challenges prior to that. I guess we clinched a playoff spot with that win today, so kind of you tick that box, and then can you achieve home court advantage throughout the playoffs? Can you achieve first place? Like, these are the most important things before we get to that point. So that's kind of where the focus is, I guess, for us. But feeling good all around, I guess.
Hi Dave, Dean Fraser here from AAP. Congratulations on the win. Dean, just firstly, you've got of the top 4 teams probably the most favourable last 3 games down the stretch. How do you, what are you looking for out of your team? And just as Dave mentioned, how important is home court advantage heading into the finals?
Yes, and it's the goal for any team to get home court advantage. There's the side of we know when we won a championship against Adelaide how important, in Game 5 it was going back home and having that home court advantage. There's a financial element to it as well. You want to try and create as many home games for your owners and fans to come and see you. So, it's the goal every year is to try and get home court advantage. So, but we also want to do that and make sure there's X's and O's and minutes that we want to make sure everybody's prepared for the finals as well. So, we got the opportunity tonight to rest a couple of guys in the fourth quarter and do some things, and other people got good minutes, and hopefully we're good enough in some of these games that we can continue to rotate, and everybody walks into the finals feeling really good and confident about their own abilities and their role on the team.
Dean, just on that preparation, you're now 11-2 on the road, and you said a few weeks ago that you want to win in every single venue. Does that help a lot with your team's preparation going into the finals? That regardless of where you're playing, you can pull it out to get the victory.
Yeah, we've been really, we've been great on the road, and we got a few babies on our team, and some people getting some great sleep on the road and having good energy, and but yeah, it's been good hanging out with this group on the road. They've had a nice, calm confidence about the way that we've approached the game, and when we've been challenged, we've able to step it up to another level. But the last home game of the year, away game of the year, is the Jack Jumpers, and they're playing fantastic basketball. And who knows, what that game is going to look like? Do they have a chance if they win it to make the finals? And so, yeah, it could have all kind of scenarios, that game. So, but we've got a couple to get through before that. Brisbane and Cairns again before that one.
Just on those 3 games, will you look to go all out in them, or will you mix it up in your rotation to try and get some guys that might not get as many minutes into the games?
Yeah, a good balance. We want to go in and try and win every one of those games, and percentages is a win right now. So, if we won all games, Sydney's the only team that can get to 21 wins, and right now our percentage is pretty solid. But again, you want to win, and you want to try and win these 3 games well if you can.
Dave, how's the feeling being out there with the side, and what are you looking forward to the most out of the final 3 games of the regular season?
I think it was pretty good tonight. Obviously, a reasonable performance from us, so everyone's pretty happy. I think in the last few weeks, we've performed at a level that I guess is acceptable, but I still think we have room to grow. But the mood is one of, I guess, excitement. And what's the right word here? Eagerness to kind of grasp the opportunity that we have in front of us. Personally, one thing at a time, obviously trying to achieve the goals that I mentioned earlier, and then incredibly excited to have another opportunity to compete for a championship. It's what you endeavour to do every year, and we're incredibly fortunate to kind of have that in front of us again, and I think everyone understands that. So there's somewhat of a contentment, but also an understanding that there's a lot left.